we were in Anwa, and we were running patrols, and we knew the sympathizer villages, and we knew the ones that they were just farmers. All they wanted to do was, farm their rice. Didn't bother nobody. Didn't want to get involved in the war. You know, and you feel bad for these people. You really did. And we would go into these villages, and I would say to Doc at Corman, "You got a few minutes. Go check out those kids there. Make sure if they need anything or whatever it may be." First of all, I would say I'll go talk to the chief, make sure it's okay. You don't go over his head. You know, and he would yell, "Absolutely." So then Cormans would take care of them, and we go to the next village. And the next village we knew was, a little bit skeptic, but they were friendly. And I don't know, you know, going in so many villages, you could pick up right away, especially being the point. You're the man walking out first. So you expose yourself to the villages. And I'm looking around and something ain't right. I can just see just the way they're acting. And okay, so now I see these two little girls, and they're smiling, cute little girls. I would say 5, maybe 7, 8 years old. And they're walking towards us, and they got their hands behind their backs. And I'm telling them, "Show me your hands. Let me see your hands. Stop." And they're smiling, and they keep walking, and they're walking. Well, they were getting too close. And then the one girl, the older girl, brought out her hand from behind. She had Chicom in it. And the other girl had a Chicom.
Chicom grenade.
Yes. With that, my weapon was off safety already, and I had no choice. You know, it was either them or us. And, it ate me up, but like the guys in the squad were saying in Jersey, if you didn't do what you did, we would all be dead. So we had to wait there naturally, and the PFs came, and they had to do an investigation. And the chief actually told them that the NBA came in the night before, told these two girls, "We're taking your parents and your grandparents. And if you do not throw these hand grenades at these Americans, we're going to kill your parents and your grandparents." Kids had no choice.
So I think you've kind of answered this question already, but I mean, this incident, what does this incident say about the kind of war you guys were stuck in there in you know in I-Corps, 1968, 69?
Well, listen, it was cold. You had to be callous, okay? Because it would eat you up alive if you weren't. I mean, you have to call in air support. You have to call in artillery support. Sometimes villages got blown apart. You see little children, women carrying babies. And a lot of guys, they would look at that, and you could see it was eating them up inside. And you have to go over to them and tell them, "Shake it off." Because if you don't, this is going to be on your head as you're walking down the path. And guess what? Charlie's waiting down there for you, and he's going to kill you. He's going to kill you. And, the same thing happened to Larry Bates. Okay. We were in the village, and we knew it was a hostile village. I knew it was a hostile village. So I, we went in, and there was 3 NVA, and we killed them. I think it was 5 others. They ran out the back. So now they're laying on the deck, and they got three AKs laying next to them. So I said to the chief, "Where's the NVA? Where's the VC?" "No VC, no NVA." And I said, "Well, what is this?" So I called it in, and I told them exactly this is what happened. Okay. So they said, "All right, tell everybody out. You're going to burn the village down." So we told everybody, "Get out of here, move," you know. So we started torching. And I said to the guys, check the pots because under the pots are tunnels. If you see any tunnels, frag it. I gave them that order. I was the squad leader. I gave them that order. Frag it. Well, Larry comes up to this one and he kicks the pot over, and underneath it was a tunnel. Now everybody starts running towards Larry, and we pulled our 16s up and told him, "Stop," And he throws the frag in there, and there was a woman with two young kids in there. And you can see the hand coming up, and they're pulling them up with the two children and the woman. And this is really eating Larry up inside. I can tell. I know. I've been there. I know the deal. So as we're burning the rest of the hooches, and we can hear all the ammo and everything, secondary explosions going off that they would hide up in their hooches. Now it's getting time to move on. So I went over to Bob Wolf and I said to him, "Keep an eye on Bates. He don't look good. Keep an eye on him. He's got to get his head out of his ass. Because if not, they're going to kill him." So he told them, and they was talking to him. So finally I started getting guys all squared away, and I went over to Larry, and I told Larry the story about the two girls. And I said, "I know what you're feeling. I've been down that road, but you followed my order, and my order came from above. So shake it off, or you ain't going to make it. That's the bottom line. You're not going to make it." Lo and behold, we go down the path about 50 feet. Those five that was in the village, they were setting up an ambush. I detected them, and we took them out. And I brought Larry up because Larry was towards the rear. I told him, "Keep him back. And I looked and I said, "You see this? If you walk down here in the state of mind that you were, you'd be just like them." So you had to bring guys back to reality. It wasn't easy. You know, people ask me when they find out that I was over in Nam, and they'll say, "Well, what was it like?" You look at them, what was it like? The only answer you can come up with is this: think of the most horrific thing that you can muster in your mind, amplify it 10 million times. You won't even touch it. You won't touch it.